Hey everyone, this is Myth, your life and performance coach, and welcome to the Actually You Can podcast. Actually You Can is more than just a fun phrase to say. It's a philosophy of limitless potential, a mindset, an attitude, a conviction. Most importantly, it's about to make you achieve what you might never have thought possible. On this show, we discuss strategies for growth for ambitious individuals looking to achieve big things and live a thriving, fulfilled life. You'll hear from inspiring guests who will share their journeys, challenges, and lessons learned. And I'll be sharing insights and actionable takeaways from my Aligned Results framework that will help you to align your goals, mindset, and strategies to reach your highest potential. Be sure to hit subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to so you can easily find this podcast again and stay updated with new episodes dropping every week. So for today's solo episode, I wanted to let you in on a little story. I was training in the gym this morning and I was doing deadlifts. That's a movement where you pick a barbell up off the ground and stand up tall. I moved awkwardly on my third set and re-aggravated a previous injury to my hip. Long story short, I'm in a fair amount of pain, I can't bend over, it's uncomfortable to sit down and stand up, and it took me 5 minutes to put my shoes on to go to the shops earlier today. I've been managing this injury for a while, so I know that the pain, whilst pretty severe and a little inconvenient, is nothing to be alarmed about. And the reason I wanted to share this story with you is because it could be so easy for me to get angry, annoyed, or frustrated at what happened and let that impact my next few days. Instead, I'm looking to see this as an opportunity, and I believe this attitude has led towards many of the successes I've experienced in my life. So today, I thought it would be quite timely to talk about the subject of adversity and how you can overcome it. So by definition, adversity is a difficult or unpleasant situation. And by nature of being human, we're all going to experience adversity in our lifetime. So the first way to overcome adversity is to expect it. A well-known life coach that I absolutely love learning from is Brooke Castillo. She suggests that our lives are 50-50. 50% happy, 50% not. 50% positive, 50% negative, 50% easeful, 50% full of adversity. And I would tend to agree. I don't believe that our lives are meant to be all ease and flow. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are brief moments where I wonder what life could be like if it was all ease and flow, but I truly believe we were meant to experience adversity to ensure we grow. Because as humans, we're living beings, and if we're not growing or evolving, we're dying. You can also think of life like a gym. You don't go to the gym expecting there to be nothing in there. You go into a gym expecting to see heavy weights and you lift them because the heavy weights are going to help you grow and get stronger. Once you understand and accept that adversity and challenging situations are always going to be there, you can then choose to start to see adversity could be there for a positive purpose, to make us stronger and present us with an opportunity to expand our capacity and what's possible for us. You can also then start to decide what sort of person you want to be in the face of adversity or you're faced with something challenging. Do you want to be the person who runs away when things get hard or the one who faces challenges head on? How do you want to deal with challenges? Do you want to make a big deal about them, procrastinate on them, or do you want to get stuck in and get the job done despite this? Think about who you want to be right now in the face of it, when you're going through it, and when you're done. Do you want to be the person that others turn to when the going gets tough? The one who leads by example and shows others that anything is possible? The one who emerges from challenges wiser, stronger, and more inspiring? I know that I make the commitment to be the person who chooses to see the positive intentions in the experiences that shape you. And it's part of my mission to use them to inspire and teach others. Because when you decide who you want to be in adverse situations, you take the power away from the adversity and bring it back to you. So that's step one. Step two is learning to see your adversity as an asset rather than a liability. Using a business as an example, on a balance sheet, you'll have a list of assets, things that are useful and valuable, and liabilities, that are things that the entity owes. We don't often want liabilities. And we see adversities as liabilities because we don't want to sit with the uncomfortable emotion that comes up when you're faced with a challenge, things like fear, anger, guilt, shame, sadness, or we just don't know how to deal with them. Instead of seeing adversity as a liability, ask yourself, how can you see this as an asset? How can I use this to become stronger by developing qualities like resilience, flexibility, and discipline? Or how can I use this to become smarter by learning new skills, engaging in creative problem solving, and expanding my toolkit? Another question to ask yourself is, what are the positive learnings that I can take from this situation? If I use my back as an example, the injury occurred because I wasn't focused in the setup of my lift. So the positive learning for me was to ensure that wherever I am, be there. Presence and focus is a skill I still have the opportunity to develop even more. That's step 2. Step 3 is to identify what type of adversity you're facing. The most common types of adversity you'll experience are: number 1, memories of past experiences that you haven't dealt with. These need to be cleaned up because your mind is letting events from the past impact your present day experience. You can't change what happened in the past, but you don't need to let it have power over you in the present. I work with my clients to clean up the memories stored in the body so they can move forward having the wisdom, not the weight, of their past impact them. The second type of adversity is the adversity that you make up in your own mind in the present. For example, when choosing to look at feelings instead of facts, we can often make mountains out of molehills. We start making up stories in our mind that have no basis in truth that stop us from moving forward. For example, you might read an email from someone in a particular tone of voice and assume that that email is written in anger. You don't know that for a fact. That is a story that you're choosing to think. What is fact are the words that are written. What is fact is you won't know the true tone of the email unless you ask that person directly. In these situations, I like to ask myself, what is fact? What is fiction or an assumption that I'm making about the situation? Then what can I do to navigate the facts? The third type of adversity you can encounter is a future projection of adversity. That's when we're thinking about all of the challenges we could face that haven't even happened yet. When we create adversity in our minds, we weaken it, and we don't need to be beating ourselves up in our own mind to get stronger, to grow, when there are plenty more constructive and useful ways to do that. The good news is that all of these 3 types of adversity are created in the mind and therefore can be overcome by learning new tools through coaching to manage it. Then there is adversity that life throws at us. Perhaps you've been diagnosed with a serious illness, you're dealing with challenges at work, you've been impacted by an external event. On the podcast, I have the honor and pleasure of interviewing guests who have overcome extreme real-life adversity. One of my favorite episodes is with Chris Bond, who is the captain of the Australian wheelchair rugby team, the Steelers. Before Chris was an international wheelchair rugby star, he was a 19-year-old battling acute leukemia. He survived but lost his left hand, right fingers, and legs below the knees to a bacterial infection. Chris is now one of the best 3.5 wheelchair rugby players in the world. Through his adversity, he showed me that you can discover who you truly are, expand what's possible for you, and use your adversity to inspire others. Lastly, there's a specific category of adversity that we actively pursue. This involves intentionally facing challenges we anticipate on the path to achieving a specific goal, or deliberately selecting a daunting experience because we recognize that it holds the potential for personal growth and transformation. It's essential to actively seek out some form of adversity and challenge in our lives. Similar to the analogy of a gym workout, we must make a conscious decision to lift heavier weights and push our limits if we aspire to become stronger. This could manifest in a number of different ways, such as participating in a Tony Robbins event, jumping out of a plane, or immersing yourself in a 3-day silent retreat. Each of these events presents adversity in a good way, providing a distinct opportunity for personal growth and evolution. So we've learned how important adversity is, what the different types of adversity there can be, and I hope you're now starting to see that choosing to face adversity head on, knowing it will make you stronger and bring you closer to your goals, is an incredibly powerful mindset to have. Now I want to share one of the tools that I have used to overcome it. Because we know our thoughts influence our emotions and our actions, one of the most powerful ways you can overcome adversity is using your mind. For this reason, one of the tools I like to use is affirmations to help me take action that is more aligned and constructive. Because a lot of the time, the thoughts we are thinking are hurting us. Because a lot of the time, the thoughts we are thinking in these moments are hurting us. Now, the thing you need to remember about affirmations is that you need to believe them with every core of your being. Not all affirmations will resonate with everyone, so feel free to tweak them to make them feel authentic to you. And affirmations themselves won't lead to success, but the action you will take that is aligned with those affirmations, those new thoughts that you're thinking, is. Here are some affirmations that you can try on when you're facing adversity. Adversity helps me explore my capacity. How can I find acceptance in this moment of adversity? I'm strong and this can make me stronger. I was built powerfully for this. I embrace all challenges because I know these are all parts of the human experience. So, next time you're faced with adversity or you're looking to put yourself in deliberately planned adverse situations, use these affirmations as guiding principles for your actions. What action will you take in the face of adversity with this mindset? And that's all I have for you today. I hope this has helped you to renew your relationship with adversity and to give you the courage to expose yourself to the challenge of life. And if you're interested in learning more about how you can improve your resilience, tolerance, capacity, so you can operate at an even higher level and discover your greatest potential, this is something I work with clients in my one-on-one coaching programs. If you're interested to learn more about these, then book in for a free discovery call using the link in the show notes, and let's have a chat about how we can give you the tools you need to be better equipped to do the hard things in the future. So stop hiding from adversity, face it head on, and use it as an opportunity to expand your capacity and unleash your highest potential. Because actually, you can. Thank you for joining me today for another episode of the Actually You Can podcast. I so enjoy having you here, and I hope you've taken away powerful insights and tools that will support you to achieve your high-level results. Now, before you go apply all of this wisdom in your life, I would be so grateful if you are able to leave us a podcast review on the platform that you're listening to, or share this episode with a friend. Your support means that we can help more self-led, high-performing individuals just like you expand what's possible for them. I'd also love to hear your thoughts on today's episode, so please go on and shoot me a note on socials and let me know what you think. You can find me on Instagram at MiffGalloway. Now, go ahead and make those dreams a reality, because actually, you can.